Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Sanghmitra, consultant from National Health Authority. I welcome you all today for webinar on Digital Health Incentive Scheme. Along with me, I have Amit Verma, who is the consultant in lead at NHA, and also Kaushal, who is again a consultant for DHIS. I'll just share my screen. So just to give you all the backdrop of digital health incentive scheme, how it started and what was the reason behind initiation of such a scheme. Um, Actually, NHA wanted to incentivize the stakeholders of the health ecosystem. They wanted to make the hospitals, the clinics, the nursing homes, labs all compliant to the ABDM ecosystem. So they wanted to incentivize these stakeholders so that they can adopt to this new system in a better manner. And secondly, we all are aware that digitization involves a lot of cost. So National Health Authority wanted to absorb some of this cost and help the stakeholders in this ABDM enabled softwares, plus how they can utilize this scheme in a better way. I hope my screen is visible to everyone.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am, visible.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Just to give you a comparison between this old and new scheme, we must be aware that some of you might be aware that the scheme has been extended till June this year, although it was initially valid till December last year. But seeing the interest of the stakeholders and how the private facilities wanted to utilize the incentives more, we thought of increasing the validity of the scheme, and that's why we have extended the scheme till June this year. Initially, we had only hospitals, clinics, labs, plus the software providers as a part of the eligibility. But now, since 3-4 months, we have included pharmacies also in this new scheme. The third point is regarding the tax deduction. We were initially deducting TDS for government facilities also, but after July we have stopped deducting TDS for government facilities. TDS is only deducted for the private facilities, and that too 10% TDS is deducted. Government facilities, they don't even need the PAN card. Initially, PAN card was mandatory, but now PAN is only mandatory for the private facilities. So this is actually the different type of entities who are eligible for the digital health incentive scheme. The hospitals, the clinics, even the small nursing homes, the individual doctors, I would say the private doctors who have small clinics and smaller hospitals, they can also be a part of this scheme and utilize the benefits. Labs and radiology center is the second category which can be eligible for DHIS. The third category, as I mentioned earlier, pharmacies, which has been a recent category in the DHIS eligibility. And fourth category is the DSC. We call it digital solution companies. Now, digital solution company can be of different types. Majorly, we have defined it as four types. HMIS, which means Hospital Management Information System. LMIS is Lab Management Information System. Health Locker and Teleconsultation. So the amount, the incentive is given to all these categories, it varies a bit. Like for hospitals and clinics and labs, it is 20 rupees per transaction. We'll study it in detail in the further slides as how this incentive is calculated and how come we arrive at the final figure of the incentive amount. So this slide is actually a detailed kind of slide which describes the eligibility criteria in detail. हमारे साथ कुछ स्टेट्स के लोग भी हैं, so I'll mix this webinar in Hindi and English both. So for the health facilities, I mean the hospitals, the clinics, for them they should be first of all registered in HFR. HFR is Health Facility Registry. So ये हमारा प्राइमरी क्राइटेरिया है कि अगर किसी भी हॉस्पिटल को DHIS में रजिस्टर करना है, उससे पहले उनका रजिस्ट्रेशन HFR में होना चाहिए, उनकी एक HFR ID होनी चाहिए। और दूसरा क्राइटेरिया है सॉफ्टवेयर लिंकेज का। जो भी कोई फैसिलिटी जब ABDM इकोसिस्टम में आती है, वो हमेशा एक HMIS यूज कर रही होती है या फिर एक कोई LMIS यूज कर रही होती है, जिसका एक ब्रिज आईडी होता है जो कि उसको ABDM की इकोसिस्टम के साथ कनेक्ट करता है। दूसरा यही है कि आप ABDM कंप्लायंट, आपकी जो सॉफ्टवेयर है वो ABDM कंप्लायंट हो, तभी आप DHIS में रजिस्टर कर सकते हैं। ये दो प्राइमरी रिक्वायरमेंट्स हैं किसी भी हेल्थ फैसिलिटी को DHIS में रजिस्टर करने से पहले। The same criteria is applicable to lab also and pharmacy also. For digital solution companies or DSCs, the criteria is a bit different. उसमें क्या है कि अगर वो LMIS या HMIS है, तो उनको एटलीस्ट 10 फैसिलिटीज में उनका प्रेजेंस होना चाहिए, मतलब कि 10 हॉस्पिटल्स या 10 लैब्स या फिर 10 फार्मेसीज उनका सॉफ्टवेयर यूज करती होनी चाहिए, तभी वो एप्लीकेबल, तभी वो एलिजिबल होंगी DHIS में रजिस्ट्रेशन के लिए। दूसरा जो कैटेगरी है वो हमारा हेल्थ लॉकर्स और टेली कंसल्टेशन सर्विसेज का है। इसमें 10 फैसिलिटी का क्लॉज नहीं है, इसमें क्लॉज सिर्फ इतना है कि वो every month at least they should be doing 500 transactions, 500 eligible transactions per month. ये अभी हमने इस स्लाइड में वी हैव डिफाइंड द बेसलाइन क्राइटेरिया। बेसलाइन क्राइटेरिया मतलब होता है कि आपको मिनिमम कितनी ट्रांजैक्शंस करनी है, आप अगर हॉस्पिटल हैं या लैब हैं या फिर डिजिटल सोल्यूशन कंपनी है। हॉस्पिटल्स के लिए और लैब्स के लिए हमने एक कॉमन क्राइटेरिया रखा हुआ है, मतलब 100 एलिजिबल ट्रांजैक्शंस का क्राइटेरिया रखा हुआ है। अप टू 100 इसका मतलब है अप टू 100 आपको कोई इंसेंटिव नहीं है, इंसेंटिव आपका स्टार्ट होगा 100 एलिजिबल ट्रांजैक्शंस के बाद। अब वो कैलकुलेशन कैसे होता है वो हम कुछ एग्जांपल्स हमने लिस्ट डाउन किए हैं, वो हम नेक्स्ट स्लाइड में देखेंगे। अब इसमें जो अमाउंट है, जो इंसेंटिव का अमाउंट है, हम 20 रुपीज देते हैं हॉस्पिटल्स को और लैब्स को पर एलिजिबल ट्रांजैक्शन। यही अमाउंट डिजिटल सोल्यूशन कंपनीज के लिए इट इज ₹5। ऑल्दो इसमें जो बेसलाइन क्राइटेरिया है वो हेल्थ लॉकर और टेली कंसल्टेशन के लिए थोड़ा सा अलग है, जैसे मैंने आपको लास्ट टाइम में बताया था। 500 eligible transactions should be performed by a health locker or a teleconsultation provider, unlike 100 transaction which is applicable for HMIS and lab and LMIS.
अच्छा अच्छा, इसके अलावा मेरे को वॉलपेपर वगैरह थोड़ा देखना, वो नोबिलिटी से चल जाएगा।
के लिए बोल दो।
I would request you all to please mute yourself. We will have the question and answer session in the end, and then you can ask your concerned questions. By the time, please mute yourselves. All right, so here are few examples how to calculate the incentives. So अगर हम first example देखें, इसमें हमने एक hospital का example लिया हुआ है। Let's say कि एक hospital ने 500 एलिजिबल ट्रांजैक्शंस की हैं। अब मैं आपको इसमें बताना चाहूंगी कि ये 500 टोटल ट्रांजैक्शन नहीं है। ये बहुत सारा डाउट होता है, एक बहुत कॉमन डाउट होता है किसी भी हेल्थ फैसिलिटी का, कि हमने 500 ट्रांजैक्शन जो करी हैं वो एलिजिबल, इस केस में जो एग्जांपल दिया हुआ है वो एलिजिबल है, वो टोटल नहीं है। मान लीजिए किसी हॉस्पिटल ने किसी एक मंथ में टोटल ट्रांजैक्शन करी 800। अब 800 जरूरी नहीं है कि वो सारी ही एलिजिबल होंगी, उसमें से हम फिल्टर करते हैं टोटल में से फिल्टर करते हैं हम एलिजिबल ट्रांजैक्शन हम फिल्टर करते हैं 1 and 5 का क्लॉज एप्लीकेबल होता है. सो बेसिकली एक एग्जांपल के थ्रू मैं आपको ये बताना चाहूंगी कि ये एक्चुअली में 1 and 5 का क्लॉज क्या होता है. आज एक पेशेंट हॉस्पिटल गया मान लीजिए और उस पेशेंट ने डॉक्टर को दिखाया, उसका प्रेस्क्रिप्शन जनरेट हुआ, प्लस उसके कुछ लैब टेस्ट भी हुए, उसने फार्मेसी में जाके दवाई भी खरीदी. सो उसके आज के दिन में 5 ट्रांजैक्शंस मान लीजिए हो गए एक यूनिक आभा एड्रेस के अगेंस्ट. लेकिन जब हम इंसेंटिव कैलकुलेशन करेंगे तो हम उसमें से एक दिन में सिर्फ एक ही ट्रांजैक्शन को कंसिडर करेंगे. सिमिलरली हम पूरे मंथ में, पूरे 30 डेज में, 31 डेज में हम मैक्सिमम 5 ट्रांजैक्शन को ही कंसिडर करेंगे. मे बी पेशेंट 50 बार आया हो हॉस्पिटल में उस मंथ में, लेकिन हम उन 50 को कंसिडर नहीं करेंगे, हम सिर्फ उन 5 ट्रांजैक्शन को कंसिडर करेंगे. सो जस्ट टू समराइज, एक दिन में एक ट्रांजैक्शन एंड एक मंथ में 5 ट्रांजैक्शंस. सो इसके बाद हम टोटल में से हम एलिजिबल ट्रांजैक्शन को फिल्टर आउट करते हैं. सो इस हॉस्पिटल ने, जो कि एग्जांपल में आप देख रहे हैं कि 500 transactions have been done by this hospital in a month. Now, how to calculate the incentive? First of all, we will deduct the baseline transactions out of these transactions. So 500 minus 100, straight away 400 हमारी जो transactions है, ये मेरी claimable transaction आ जाएंगी. मतलब इतने पे हम अगर इसको हम मल्टीप्लाइड बाय 20 करेंगे तो स्ट्रेट अवे मेरा इंसेंटिव कैलकुलेट हो जाएगा, जो कि हमारा 8000 हो जाएगा. अब अगर मेरी प्राइवेट फैसिलिटी होगी तो इस टोटल अमाउंट पे टीडीएस भी कटेगा, जो कि 10% टीडीएस है. 10% टीडीएस कट के फिर उनके बैंक अकाउंट में क्रेडिट होगा. अगर यही हम सेम हॉस्पिटल की बात करें, वहां पे जो डिजिटल सॉफ्टवेयर कंपनी होगी, जो उनका सॉफ्टवेयर प्रोवाइडर होगा, उसके लिए बस इतना फर्क होगा कि वो इंटू 20 ना करके इंटू 5 हो जाएगा, बिकॉज उनकी एलिजिबिलिटी पर ट्रांजैक्शन की ₹5 है. सेकेंड एग्जाम्पल में है कि एक हॉस्पिटल ने 60 एलिजिबल ट्रांजैक्शंस करी है एक मंथ में. सो इसमें तो उन्होंने एलिजिबिलिटी क्राइटेरिया को ही मीट नहीं किया, क्योंकि मेरा जो एलिजिबिलिटी क्राइटेरिया है वो 100 एलिजिबल ट्रांजैक्शंस का है. तो इस केस में उनको कोई इंसेंटिव नहीं मिलेगा. थर्ड है कि स्कैन एंड शेयर टोकन्स की बात हो रही है. सो अभी जो अप्रैल से हमारी जो स्कीम वैलिड हुई थी, उसमें हम स्कैन एंड शेयर टोकन्स पे भी हम ने इंसेंटिव देना शुरू किया है. हालांकि जब स्कीम स्टार्टिंग में जब स्टार्ट हुई थी तो तब स्कैन एंड शेयर टोकन्स पे हम इंसेंटिव नहीं देते थे, लेकिन उसके बाद हमने स्कैन एंड शेयर को भी इंसेंटिवाइज करना शुरू कर दिया. आप लोग प्लीज म्यूट कर लीजिए आप अपने को.
म्यूट कर ले.
तो इस केस में तो इस केस में
Ma'am, you are not audible. You are on mute.
तो ये आपको कौन सी स्लाइड से आपका म्यूट समझ नहीं आया? आपको कौन सी वाली स्लाइड से? कैन एनीबडी टेल मी?
The one you are talking about, na, ma'am?
The
The
slide
same slide.
illustrations.
Okay, illustrations. Okay. I'll just quickly go through it again. So I was just discussing about these different examples and these different scenarios where the hospital or a lab can be incentivized. And you will understand this in a better manner as to what is the eligibility and how come these baseline transactions are calculated for hospitals also and for digital solution companies also. So the first example I was saying that let's say a hospital has done 500 eligible transactions in a month. In this case, 500 is the eligible transaction. This is not the total transaction. So there is a clause which is called as 1 and 5 clause. I like to discuss that clause first in this case. For example, there is a patient and that patient has visited the hospital today. पेशेंट डॉक्टर के पास गया, उसका प्रेस्क्रिप्शन बना, उसके लैब टेस्ट हुए, पेशेंट फिर फार्मेसी में गया, उसने अपनी दवाई भी ले ली. सो लेट्स से उस पेशेंट के आज के ही दिन में फॉर दिस पर्टिकुलर डे 5 transactions, let's say, have been done. 5 type of health records have been generated for that particular patient. So for incentive calculation, we will consider out of those 5 transactions only one as eligible for incentive. Similarly, for the whole month, in the whole 30 days, we would consider only 5 transactions as eligible out of whatever n number of transactions have been done. तो एक दिन में एक ट्रांजैक्शन कंसिडर करते हैं हम लोग, एक यूनिक आभा एड्रेस के अगेंस्ट, और एक महीने में हम लोग 5 ट्रांजैक्शंस कंसिडर करते हैं एलिजिबल टू कैलकुलेट द इंसेंटिव अमाउंट. सो टोटल जैसे
hello?
एग्जांपल
Ma'am, this is for the same patient. This is for the same patient.
yes सेम
Okay.
पेशेंट या सेम
Hello, one
यूनिक
query.
आभा एड्रेस की बात. सर आई वुड रिक्वेस्ट वी कैन टेक
Hello.
अप द क्वेरीज लेटर.
Okay.
Or you can put in the chat window. In parallel, we'll try to answer them. Okay.
You can put the queries in the chat window. We'll try to answer. All right. So अभी मान लीजिए हॉस्पिटल ने ट्रांजैक्शन तो कितनी भी करी हो एक मंथ में, मान लीजिए 1000 ट्रांजैक्शन हॉस्पिटल ने टोटल करी है, लेकिन हो सकता है वो 1000 की 1000 जो है वो एलिजिबल ना हो इंसेंटिव के लिए. सो मे बी आफ्टर अप्लाइंग दिस 1 and 5 clause, only 500 transactions may be eligible, and then we would deduct the baseline from these 500 eligible transaction, which in this case, in this particular example, comes to be 400. So straight away 400 को हम multiply करेंगे 20 से, because hospital को हम ₹20 देते हैं per health record, and similarly अगर वो software provider है तो हम उसको ₹5 देते हैं per health record. Also, there is one example here. The third example, if you see, is about the scan and share tokens. So scan and share is also considered as one of the eligible transactions for digital health incentive scheme. In this case, 450 tokens have been generated using ABDM scan and share feature. Again, we would apply the same formula. We would deduct the baseline and we would multiply it by 20 to get the incentive amount.
How is the baseline calculated?
So baseline is a standard figure which we have defined in our policy. It is 100. It is 100 if it is a hospital, and in DSC if it is LMIS or HMIS. But for health locker, the baseline is 500. This is a standard.
So whatever our total number will be, from there minus 100 will be done.
Right. After
Okay.
after calculation of the eligible transactions.
Of course. Okay.
Right. So coming to the definition of a transaction. So transaction का मतलब खाली ये नहीं है कि हमने आभा एड्रेस बना दिया, हमने जैसे बहुत एक कॉमन सी क्वेरी होती है कुछ हॉस्पिटल्स की, हमने तो आभा कार्ड बना दिया तो उस पे हमें इंसेंटिव मिलेगा कि नहीं. तो खाली आभा कार्ड बनाने पे ऐसे कोई इंसेंटिव नहीं मिलता. जब आप एक हेल्थ रिकॉर्ड जनरेट करते हैं तो वो हेल्थ रिकॉर्ड लिंक भी होना चाहिए, वो लिंक होना चाहिए उस यूनिक आभा एड्रेस के साथ. उस केस में हम उसको ट्रांजैक्शन कहते हैं. And 1 and 5 clause, like I already discussed. So we have some very basic documents which are required for DHIS registration. Like I already mentioned in the first slide, that PAN card is not mandatory for a government facility. PAN card is only needed if the facility is private, and we deduct 10% TDS for the private facilities. For government, there is no deduction of tax. The other documents which are required, those are common for both public and private facilities. Number 1 is the cancelled check. तो हॉस्पिटल्स का आपके पास जो चेक है, आई वुड से चेक आप जरूर अपलोड करें. अगर किसी के पास जैसे हमें क्वेरीज आती हैं कि किसी के पास चेक बुक नहीं है, तो आई वुड से आप अपनी पासबुक एटलीस्ट उसमें लगा दीजिए, कोशिश करिए कि चेकबुक ले आए, बट अगर किसी किसी केस में भी ऑल्सो अंडरस्टैंड कि नहीं है, तो उस केस में आप एक तो बैंक मैंडेट फॉर्म होता है, बैंक मैंडेट फॉर्म आप जब लॉग इन करेंगे HFR पोर्टल में या फिर सैंडबॉक्स पोर्टल में, आपको उसी में आप डाउनलोड कर सकते हैं, वो बैंक से स्टैम्प्ड और साइंड होना चाहिए। एंड थर्ड इज द एनेक्जर 4 फॉर्म। सो एनेक्जर 4 फॉर्म सिर्फ उस केस में चाहिए, प्लीज म्यूट योरसेल्फ।
Can we all try to be on mute?
तो एनेक्जर 4 फॉर्म सिर्फ हमें उस केस में चाहिए जहाँ पे बैंक अकाउंट होल्डर का जो नेम है एंड जो फैसिलिटी का नेम है, अगर उसमें कुछ डिफरेंस है तो मान लीजिए कि प्राइवेट फैसिलिटी है कोई, उसका नाम ABC प्राइवेट लिमिटेड है, लेकिन उनका जो बैंक होल्डर में नाम है वो कुछ XYZ करके है, तो अगर इसमें अगर कुछ चेंज है, दोनों में कुछ डिस्क्रिपेंसी है, तो आपको एनेक्जर 4 लगाना पड़ेगा। बैंक मैंडेट फॉर्म जो है वो एक मैंडेटरी डॉक्यूमेंट है, क्योंकि हमारे जो फंड्स हैं वो PFMS से रिलीज होते हैं, विच इज पब्लिक फाइनेंस मैनेजमेंट सिस्टम। सो ये बेसिकली मिनिस्ट्री से रिलीज होते हैं जो फंड्स हैं, और वहाँ पे वो डॉक्यूमेंट्स काफी अच्छे से चेक करते हैं। सो आई वुड सजेस्ट कि आपके डॉक्यूमेंट्स पूरे कंप्लीट होने चाहिए इस सेंस में। अगर आपको इंसेंटिव से रिलेटेड कुछ डाउट है, सो यू कैन ऑलवेज राइट टू अस ऑन दिस ईमेल ID। वी विल ऑल्सो मेंशन द सेम इन आवर चैट बॉक्स। अभी हम लोग जो इंसेंटिव की कैलकुलेशन कर रहे हैं, अभी हम मंथ वाइज ही कर रहे हैं, एवरी मंथ कर रहे हैं, बट अभी जैसे सिस्टम हमारा थोड़ा सा और फास्ट हो जाएगा, अभी जो हमारा जो क्लेम पोर्टल है, जो इंसेंटिव का क्लेम पोर्टल है, जिसमें फैसिलिटीज दे कैन देमसेल्व्स इनिशिएट देयर DHIS क्लेम, वो भी थोड़ा स्ट्रीमलाइन हमारा धीरे धीरे इट इज गेटिंग बेटर डे बाय डे। तो वो जैसे ही हो जाता है, हम लोग कोशिश करेंगे हम आपके इंसेंटिव्स फोर्टनाइटली भी डिसबर्स कर पाए।
Ma'am, can you also explain us quickly how can we get this incentive? I know you've told us about the transaction. How we get this incentive in our account or the hospital's account? How can we do that?
I'll do that. I'll explain that in the next slide as to how can you initiate the claim yourself.
Sure thing.
Yeah. Okay. So this is actually the registration screen. When you log into your HFR, you would be able to see this registration tab, register for digital health incentive scheme. कभी कभी फैसिलिटीज का डाउट होता है दैट दे आर नॉट एबल टू सी दिस DHIS रजिस्ट्रेशन टैब। इसका मतलब ये है कि उनका जो सॉफ्टवेयर लिंकेज है वो नहीं हुआ है। सो अगर आप सॉफ्टवेयर लिंकेज पे क्लिक करेंगे और आप जो अपना सॉफ्टवेयर प्रोवाइडर है, जो आपका HMIS है, अगर आप उनसे पूछेंगे कि आपका ब्रिज ID कौन सा है, तो आप उसमें ब्रिज ID आपको डालना होगा, और आपका जो सॉफ्टवेयर लिंकेज है, मतलब जो आपकी फैसिलिटी ABDM कंप्लायंट हो जाएगी, एंड आप फिर उसमें रजिस्ट्रेशन फॉर DHIS वाला टैब भी देख पाएंगे। सो ये स्क्रीनशॉट में आप देख रहे हैं कि ये जो मैंने रेड कलर से हाईलाइट किया हुआ है, दिस सेज रजिस्ट्रेशन फॉर digital health incentive scheme. So I already told you about these documents, that these documents are required at the time of registration. एक बहुत important चीज मैं आपको बताना चाहूंगी इसमें कि कुछ facilities अपने जो documents हैं वो बार बार अपलोड करती रहती हैं। तो आई वुड रिक्वेस्ट, आपने अगर एक बार डॉक्यूमेंट अपलोड कर दिए, आप अपने एक बार आपने बैंक मैंडेट लगा दिया, कैंसिल चेक लगा दिया, पैन कार्ड लगा दिया, प्लीज आप उसको बार बार मत अपलोड करिए। उससे क्या हो रहा है कि आपका वो अप्रूवल का जो साइकिल है ना, वो फिर से 0 से स्टार्ट हो रहा है, और फिर से वो डॉक्यूमेंट्स अप्रूवल के लिए जा रहे हैं, तो इसकी वजह से योर क्लेम इज गेटिंग डिलेड। सो प्लीज डोंट री अपलोड द डॉक्यूमेंट अनलेस इट इज एब्सोल्युटली एसेंशियल। इसमें जब आप रजिस्ट्रेशन के लिए अपना सबमिशन जब करने से पहले भी आपका ये आधार की डिटेल्स वैलिडेट करता है। इस केस में जो फैसिलिटी मैनेजर ने अपना HFR ID जब क्रिएट किया था फैसिलिटी का, वो सेम फैसिलिटी मैनेजर को ही इसमें अपनी आधार डिटेल्स डालनी है। एंड देन जब आप ये कर देंगे, जब आपका आधार OTP वैलिडेट हो जाएगा, देन यू वुड सी दिस DHIS registration screen. So you just have to fill your basic account details, या आपका IFSC कोड और ब्रांच नेम, एड्रेस, वो सब पूछेगा. Some details will be auto populated here, like आपका facility ID और facility name, ये सब automatically आ जाएगा.
मीटिंग ज्वाइन करके
So these are the basic documents which we already discussed. The PAN card, only for the private facilities, PAN card is required. The cancel check, the bank mandate form, and Annexure 4 form. And finally, you would be asked to e-sign this particular page. And जैसे ही आपका e-sign हो जाएगा, वो आपको एक दूसरी लिंक पे डायरेक्ट करेगा. एंड फाइनली एक e-sign का ऐसे एक टेम्पलेट है जो कि आपका जनरेट हो जाएगा. तो दिस मीन्स कि आपका रजिस्ट्रेशन जो है वो कंप्लीट हो गया. तो आई जस्ट लाइक टू शो यू वन मोर डॉक्यूमेंट जिसमें आपको पता चलेगा कि आपको अपना क्लेम कैसे करना है. रजिस्ट्रेशन तो आपका हो गया DHIS का, अब हमें उसको क्लेम कैसे करना है.
बात करो बात करें. अभी तो काका चुटनी आ गई, अभी वो नहीं निकाल सकते, चुटनी के बाद होगा. अभी
कई मीटिंग
उधर बैठ,
आपकी मीटिंग अजी तो हमारी
बनी दे.
Just give me a moment. I'm trying to show you another document how to submit your. All right. So ये जो डॉक्यूमेंट आप देख रहे हैं, इसमें हम ये देख रहे हैं कि हमें रजिस्ट्रेशन तो कर लिया DHIS में, बट हम अभी अपने इंसेंटिव्स जो हैं वो हम क्लेम कैसे करें. सो अभी हमारा जो प्रोसेस है वो मंथ का है, मंथ बाय मंथ का है. आप अपने जब लॉग इन करेंगे HFR में, तो दिस इज योर HFR लॉगिन ID. आप इस पे लॉग इन करेंगे facility.abdm.gov.in पे, एंड आपको अपना हॉस्पिटल ऐसे दिखाई देगा. इसमें आपको जो मैंने रेड कलर से हाईलाइट किया हुआ है, रजिस्टर फॉर DHIS, आप इस पे क्लिक करेंगे. सेम जैसे वही आपने जब रजिस्ट्रेशन किया था, सेम वैसे ही आपको सेम उन्हीं टैब्स पे नेविगेट करना है. एंड सेम एलिजिबिलिटी क्राइटेरिया आपको ऐसे डिस्प्ले होगा. आप इस पे प्रोसीड करेंगे. You would be asked your Aadhaar validation, same like you did in the registration also. You will enter your Aadhaar OTP and you will land on this registration page. अच्छा, इसमें मैं आपको दो चीजें हैं जो बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट हैं, जो मैं आपको एक बार बताना चाहूंगी. कभी कभी क्या होता है कि हम अपनी जो बैंक अकाउंट नंबर जो डालते हैं, उसमें हम उसके डिजिट्स को कुछ ठीक से नहीं डालते. लेट्स से कि बैंक अकाउंट नंबर मेरा 0 से शुरू हो रहा है, लेकिन हम उसको यहाँ पे जब हम उसको टाइप कर रहे हैं बैंक अकाउंट नंबर को, तो हम उसमें 0 टाइप नहीं कर रहे साथ में. इस केस में आपका रिजेक्शन हो सकता है. सो आई वुड रिक्वेस्ट कि आपका जो बैंक अकाउंट नंबर कैंसिल चेक पे लिखा हुआ है, आप सेम टू सेम उसको वैसा ही डालिए. अगर आपका उसमें लीडिंग 0 है, तो आप उसमें जरूर 0 डालिए, नहीं तो वो रिजेक्शन के चांसेस आपके बढ़ जाएंगे. दूसरा एक इम्पॉर्टेंट चीज है यहाँ पे IFSC कोड। तो IFSC कोड में डिजिट 0 एंड अल्फाबेट O, इसमें काफी बार लोग गलत डाल देते हैं। सो आप प्लीज उसको ध्यान से डालिए, सेम टू सेम जैसे कैंसर चेक में आपने डाला है, आपके कैंसर चेक में प्रिंटेड है, सेम टू सेम आपको वैसे का वैसा ही डालना है। अभी कुछ क्वेरीज हमारी ये भी आ रही थी कि जो कोऑपरेटिव बैंक्स हैं वो हम एक्सेप्ट नहीं कर रहे हैं। सो दैट्स राइट, जो कोऑपरेटिव बैंक्स अभी हमारे मैप्ड नहीं है सिस्टम में, तो अगर आपका कोऑपरेटिव बैंक है तो आप प्लीज उसको ना यूज करके आप कोई और बैंक अकाउंट अपना DHIS में डालिए, बिकॉज कोऑपरेटिव बैंक अभी हमारा सिस्टम एक्सेप्ट नहीं करेगा। इसके बाद आप अपना जो इस पे आप क्लिक करेंगे, क्लेम योर इंसेंटिव का आपको एक टैब दिखाई देगा DHIS रजिस्ट्रेशन के नीचे ही। आप जब इस पे क्लिक करेंगे तो आपको अपने इंसेंटिव्स जो हैं मंथ बाय मंथ यू वुड बी एबल टू सी योर इंसेंटिव्स कि आपने कितनी ट्रांजैक्शंस करी हैं उस पर्टिकुलर मंथ में और आपका कितना अमाउंट है। एंड आपको साइड में एक ई साइन का टैब दिखाई देगा। तो ई साइन जो है हमारा दोनों टाइप में होता है। एक तो आप रजिस्ट्रेशन करते हैं तब भी होता है, और जब आप अपना क्लेम करते हैं तब भी आपका ई साइन होता है। सो जब आप ई साइन पे क्लिक करेंगे, अगेन वो आपका आधार वैलिडेशन ये करेगा। सेम फैसिलिटी मैनेजर को जिन्होंने HFR के टाइम जिनका आधार यूज हुआ था, सेम को ही लॉग इन करके और अपना आधार नंबर डालना है इसमें। एंड आप जैसे ही आपका ई साइन डॉक्यूमेंट जनरेट हो जाएगा, बेसिकली एक RPR 29 नाम से एक आपका PDF आप डाउनलोड खुद भी कर सकते हैं अपने सिस्टम में। जैसे ही वो जनरेट हो जाएगा, आपका जो एक क्लेम बटन है वो ब्लू से ग्रीन कलर का हो जाएगा। तो अगर आप जब इस पे क्लिक करेंगे, जब क्लेम बटन पे आप क्लिक करेंगे तो वो आपका क्लेम एक अंडरटेकिंग मानेगा, आपसे मांगेगा कि आई हैव नॉट टेकन दिस क्लेम इन द पास्ट एंड आई विल नॉट क्लेम इट इन द फ्यूचर, and then this would be claim would be initiated successfully. अभी इसमें क्लेम जनरेशन में कुछ फैसिलिटीज को थोड़ी सी प्रॉब्लम आ रही है, एंड वी आर टेकिंग इट ऑन अ केस बाय केस बेसिस, एंड वी आर ऑल्सो ऑर्गेनाइजिंग अ डेली कॉल फ्रॉम 2 to 4 PM मंडे टू फ्राइडे। एंड उसमें कौशल है मेरी टीम से जो कि अवेलेबल रहते हैं। So we are there to support you अगर आपको कोई भी technical glitch आता है while submission of this claim, so you can always reach out to us. We'll also put that link in the chat box. You can, it is already put in the chat box. You can reach out to us Monday to Friday from 2 to 4 PM. Also, if you want to write to us, you can email it to us on abdm.incentives@nha.gov.in.
This claim has to be done once in a month, right, ma'am?
Yes, once in a month. So we would suggest that you do it by 5th of every month, so that we can take the required approvals by the end of second week of that month, because we also need some time to process all the documents which have been received to us. All right, so I'll stop this screen and I'll again share the PPT again.
And ma'am, one quick question for all this, we need to have the ABDM stack and we need to have the production keys that has been given by NHA. Is the understanding correct?
Yes, you need to have the production key. I'll just resume the PPT again. So we will quickly discuss the guidelines now, which can be utilized by the public facilities.
Ma'am, can we click for multiple months at the same time.
Sorry, I didn't get you.
Can we issue a claim for multiple months, like for example, 2-3 months at one
Yes,
time?
yes. Yes, you can initiate it one time. Yes.
Ma'am, I have initiated a claim once for 3 months, but on checking after the payment of 1 month, the other months were I had to do the e-sign again.
Right. So, is that claim button active or is it grayed out?
It is already grayed out when I claim it,
Yes, which
and it is
means,
showing
which
that
means
my
the claims. Okay.
initiated.
Which means you have already claimed it. Okay, which means you have already
Initiated.
claimed it and it's already with us and it is under process. So please wait for a couple of more days.
Yeah. But now it's showing back that it's not claimed.
Okay, let's take this case via an example. Once you are done, then we'll show the recipient list thing.
Okay.
One
Right.
quick question
So
on
this is
top of this.
alone.
Does that mean that by 5th of every month when we claim it, the claim button gets grayed out till it gets active again? Let's say once you
Okay,
have
there are two
processed the
ways to
claims.
it. Okay. I got your point. There are two ways to it. One, it is grayed out when it is initiated and is it under process. Okay. Second is, for example, you have an incentive which is past dated and it has come, via manual mode and we have done the payment manually already, right? In that case, it will be grayed out. Okay, and how to see that which claim is under process? Once Anmitra finishes this, she will show on the portal that how we can see whether a particular claim is under process or what is the status.
Sure. Thank you.
So these are the expenditure guidelines. We have recently published these guidelines for the public health facilities because uh, all the public health facilities, they were having a lot of queries over this as to how they can utilize these incentives under the public fund. So we have broadly classified this utilization of incentives under 5 major heads. First is the patient facilitation. So whatever you want to do for welfare of the patient, like मैं states के लिए बता रही हूँ जो जितने भी हम states हमारे साथ अभी इस time webinar में हैं. So patient के लिए आप जो भी करना चाहते हैं, आप अपना waiting area अच्छा करना चाहते हैं, आप उसमें एक्स्ट्रा चेयर्स लगवाना चाहते हैं, आप एक वॉशरूम बनवाना चाहते हैं पेशेंट्स के लिए, या फिर आप एक्स्ट्रा फैंस लगवाना चाहते हैं, पेशेंट को वाईफाई की फैसिलिटी देना चाहते हैं. सो ये सारी चीजें आप अपने पेशेंट के वेलफेयर के लिए कर सकते हैं. दूसरा मेरा पॉइंट है सॉफ्टवेयर या हार्डवेयर का. सो यू वांट टू बाय सम एक्स्ट्रा प्रिंटर्स, एक्स्ट्रा लैपटॉप्स खरीदना चाहते हैं, आप डेस्कटॉप्स खरीदना चाहते हैं, आप अपने हॉस्पिटल में सीसीटीवी कैमरास इंस्टॉल करना चाहते हैं. तो ये सारी चीजें मेरी सॉफ्टवेयर एंड हार्डवेयर के हेडर में आएगी. थर्ड मेरा ह्यूमन रिसोर्सेज है. अब ह्यूमन रिसोर्सेज में या तो आप न्यू स्टाफ की हायरिंग करना चाहते हैं, यू वांट टू हायर सम एक्स्ट्रा स्टाफ फॉर डूइंग स्कैन एंड शेयर. आपको लगता है कि स्कैन एंड शेयर के लिए मुझे थोड़ा और स्टाफ चाहिए, पेशेंट्स को क्योंकि हैंड होल्ड करना है, उनसे टोकन्स जनरेट कराने हैं, क्यू मैनेजमेंट कराना है अच्छे से, तो आप एक्स्ट्रा स्टाफ हायर कर सकते हैं, गार्ड्स हायर कर सकते हैं, या फिर डेटा एंट्री ऑपरेटर्स, आप नया काउंटर खोल रहे हैं तो आप डेटा एंट्री ऑपरेटर को हायर कर सकते हैं नए को, या फिर आप एग्जिस्टिंग स्टाफ को इंसेंटिवाइज करने में भी आप यूज कर सकते हैं. जैसे NHA 20 रुपीज तो दे ही रहा है पर हेल्थ रिकॉर्ड. अगर आप उसी में से अगर आप 5 to 10 रुपीज अगर आप चाहते हैं कि आप अपने स्टाफ को इंसेंटिवाइज करें, तो वो भी जो है आप कर सकते हैं, बिकॉज स्टाफ ऑलरेडी इसमें काफी ज्यादा हेल्प कर रहा होता है. एंड पेशेंट्स भी काफी कई बार थोड़े से क्रैंकी हो जाते हैं, पेशेंट्स इरिटेट हो जाते हैं, तो स्टाफ का मोटिवेशन जो है वो बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है इस टाइम, सो दैट वे यू कैन यूटिलाइज दीज इंसेंटिव्स. द फोर्थ हेड इज अबाउट द कैपेसिटी बिल्डिंग एंड आईसी एक्टिविटीज. कैपेसिटी बिल्डिंग में आप अपनी ट्रेनिंग वर्कशॉप्स करा सकते हैं अपने हॉस्पिटल में, डॉक्टर्स के लिए, नर्सेस के लिए, उसमें आप ये फंड यूज कर सकते हैं. आईसी एक्टिविटीज में आपको नए पोस्टर्स या फिर नए स्टैंडीज बनवाने हैं एबीडीएम के, या आपको किसी भी, आपको लगता है कि मेरे को इस चीज की रिक्वायरमेंट है हॉस्पिटल में, इस वाले पेशेंट इंफॉर्मेशन या पेशेंट डिस्प्ले सिस्टम कुछ आप बनवाना चाहते हैं, वो आप इसके अंडर आप कर सकते हैं. जो मेरा लास्ट हेड है दैट इज एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव एक्सपेंस. एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव एक्सपेंस में जैसे अगर आप कुछ भी रिक्वायरमेंट, स्टेशनरी की आपकी कुछ एक्स्ट्रा रिक्वायरमेंट है, या फिर आप कुछ ट्रांसपोर्ट से रिलेटेड आपको कुछ अरेंज करना है, या फिर आपको सिंपली कुछ मेडिकल जर्नल्स, आपको कुछ नर्सिंग जर्नल्स या मेडिकल जर्नल्स जो आप चाहते हैं कि हमारी छोटी सी लाइब्रेरी हो हॉस्पिटल में एंड वो डॉक्टर्स एंड नर्सेज उसको यूज कर पाए, तो वो मेरा एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव एक्सपेंसेस में आता है. We can now move to the questions one by one. आप अपना हैंड रेज कर सकते हैं एंड we'll take up the questions. Mr. Akshat Mandloi.
Hello, am I audible now?
Department has to be very fine.
Hello, am I audible?
Yes, you are audible.
Okay, so there are three questions. So let me ask this in a sequential manner. Number one,
All right.
related to the LMIS. So we have observed in some of the cases where the labs are being maintained by public-private partnership model, whereas the hospital is although having HMIS facility, but the LMIS is being operated to a PPP model. So in that case, the data flow from the LMIS to HMIS is not streamlined. In such cases, how we are going to ensure that the incentives is being placed?
So lab, I would say, would have a different HFR ID. Is that
Yes.
system already in place? So you have already one HFR ID created for the lab. Is that so?
No.
Okay, so I mean, whatever transactions are being done under LMIS, I mean, whatever health records will be getting generated from LMIS to that particular lab would be considered separately for incentives.
Okay, so in that case, we need to create a separate entry into the HMIS because all
Yes,
lab is being outsourced. Okay, fair enough.
yes.
Number two, as many of the hospitals are started raising this issue, so is there any grievance readdressal mechanism in place, and what are the guidelines for that grievance readdressal for DHSI specifically for the incentive scheme, or it is like the
So
overall
you are
umbrella
saying
of
that
ABTM?
you can, if you have a grievance, you can raise it to us on abdm.incentives@nha.gov.in. Also, we have a grievance cell. You can go to ABDM website and you can put in your grievance there also. We will answer that grievance through ABDM website also. We have a separate team for handling these grievances.
Specific to the incentive scheme.
I'm saying we have a separate grievance cell which is handling all the grievances related
Okay,
matters.
so
You can check ABDM website and you will find that on that the
no,
grievance mechanism is
my
already in
question is
place. Yeah.
my question is very simple. Is there any team
Mhm.
specifically looking at the incentive related grievances, or it comes under the purview of ABDM related grievances?
ABDM related grievances. So the grievance team looks after all type of grievances. But you can also reach out to us. We have our email ID abdm.incentives@nha.gov.in. You can write to us. Also, we have a daily call which is from 2 to 4 p.m. We have put in the link on the chat box. You can also join that call.
Fair enough. Okay, thank you.
Sure. Shantanu Dhar, you have a question?
Yes, I have a couple of questions. First question would be, while I was reading, I got to know that there is a cap from the government side that probably maximum something around 3 to 5 crores is the amount that would be paid to
Right.
the hospitals.
For one facility. Right.
So can you elaborate a
That's
bit
right,
more on that?
Shantanu.
Is it specific to one specific facility, or is it for all?
It is for one specific facility. So today I have a hospital and I'm doing ABDM transactions. I'm
Okay.
eligible for a minimum 4 CR. After I have crossed the limit of 4 CR, I cannot claim any further amount from NHA.
Okay, so that means
Right?
this is
Got my
specific to
point?
one location. Sorry, one hospital.
Right.
Now,
One hospital.
okay, now
4
if I
CR.
have okay, now if I have 24 hospitals all across India, do I need to get registered
Okay.
as from the corporate office, or 24 each location? From 24 each location.
So these 24 hospitals would be getting registered separately. They would be having different HFR ID. Each HFR ID would be unique, and separately they will have to register under DHIS also.
Because it is very much specific to the location of a hospital where it is located. And once a facility is registered, there are certain approval processes and they are done area wise, I believe. So that is the reason it is a facility wise mechanism.
Okay. And what is an ABDM stack? I was going through it. What is an ABDM? I'm sorry if I'm rerouting, moving out of this thing.
ABDM stack, these are certain registries, I would say, which are required to get enabled with ABDM ecosystem. For example, first one is health professionals registry. Okay. So this is a must. Every hospital, at least one person should have that healthcare professional ID, because this will form prerequisite for health facility registry. Done, then because registries are HPR, health facility registry, then there is ABHA app, which is a part of this registry. So there are 3 registries which are active, and they should be in place before you start before you start interacting with ABDM ecosystem. Got it?
Okay, sure. Thank you.
क्वेश्चंस खत्म करें. रविंद्रनाथ, आपका क्वेश्चन है कुछ?
Yeah. So the incentives will be for both hospitals and the software providers, right? So they need to claim it separately, or how is it?
So they have to claim it separately. I mean, facilities will log in into HFR portal and claiming from there. And the software providers, they will have to log in into Sandbox. And they would be claiming from that end.
Okay, so you were telling that 1 in 5 ratio will take, right? So in case if a hospital is using like 2-3 different systems for the same location, so in that case, we'll differentiate based on the software, right?
Sorry, I did not understand your question actually. Your voice was.
Can you say again, please?
So you were saying 1:5 ratio will consider for this incentive program, right? 1 in every 5 transactions. That's what you're saying, right?
Okay, first of all, it's not a ratio, it's a rule, I would say, right? Like Samitra has said already and briefed. So it is based on the ABHA address. For example, if a patient visits to a facility and he goes to a lab, he goes to a APD area, then goes to lab, and then goes to the maybe pharmacy, right? But only one ABHA ID of that facility is considered. Same way, it should not be more than 5 in a month. This is called 1:5. Are you clear now?
Yeah, that I understood. But if a hospital is using like 2-3 different software applications, let's say one for HIMS, for pharmacy, they are using different software application. For a different LMS, they are using different application. So the software vendor can claim according to their eligibility, right? Irrespective of hospital transactions.
The case of one facility and 2 HMIs.
The case of one facility, 2 HMIs. तो आइडियली तो जहाँ पे पहले पेशेंट गया वहाँ का कंसिडर होता है. That way.
Okay, so it is per facility. What we do is we take all the records from both the systems, okay, and based on that, you know, we consider the ABA address. If there are 2 systems, we consider only one out of those 2 systems.
Yeah, hospital wise, it can be counted as one, but for the software wise, it will be like 2 different softwares, right? So both the software vendors will have the eligibility.
Yes, both will have, but only one will be considered here. Yes, but only one will be considered here based on the priority basis, I believe. But again, I think your question is interesting. Let me again cross check and get back to you.
Chronological.
Right.
Okay, sure. Thank you.
Okay. Okay. Can you also write this question on abdm.incentives so that we may not forget it?
Yeah, of course. I'll write it.
Okay. Thank you.
Shubham, you have a question?
That
रविशंकर आप कुछ पूछना चाहते हैं?
हेलो मैम, I posted my
I think we
complaint
have
in
answered.
chat में.
Hello. Hi, ma'am. Ma'am, I have a few questions. First question is like whether stem cell therapy is applicable in as per Ayushman Bharat scheme.
I have seen your question and I have given you the email ID of support.integration. If you can write, maybe you'll get the answer, right? So can you do that, please?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Because this is kind of very different question, and yes, we are not the right person to answer that. If you mail, then you will get routed to the right person.
Okay.
So such type of entity actually has never come to us before. I mean, somebody doing stem cells has not reached out to us yet. So that's why we are asking you to drop in an email on that email ID which Amit has shared in the chat box.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. Ravi Shankar, you have a question? Ravi Shankar?
No, ma'am. No. Thank you.
Ravindranath, your question is also answered, right?
Yeah, one more question from my side. So you were saying this token generation is also considered. Hello?
Can hear you.
Yeah. So you are saying that token generation is also considered as part of the transaction. So it will be that 1 in 5 transactions, or it's a separate count?
It would be included under 1 in 5. So we'll take the total of both scan and share token also and other health records generated also, and then we would apply 1 in 5 clause on the total.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
Yes. So 1 in 5 will be applicable on the entire thing.
Sure. Thank you.
Ravindranath, your question is answered.
Right. Thank you.
Hi, Sangamitra.
Yes.
I had a question. Can you let us know at what milestone can we utilize the incentive scheme at M1, M2, or M3?
So what are you doing? I would like to ask your HMIS or LMIS?
We have all. For clinical documentation, we have a different application. We have HMIS, we have LMIS, and all of them are separately functioning for a single hospital.
Okay, so for HMIS, I would say that M3 is required. But
Okay.
for LMIS, you can start to claim incentives after you have done M2.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure. That answers. Thank you.
Hi, one more query from my side. Sorry. So you were saying that linking the record is considered as a transaction, isn't it? So in case if any entity is
Yes.
having only M3, so in that case, what will be the definition for a transaction? Data sharing?
Won't it be in a sequential order, first M1, then M2, and then M3?
No, a few of the entities will not have M2, only M1 and M3.
Okay.
So in that
So what is
case,
the
like
question
a
here?
transaction, so a definition of transaction is linking the record, right? So in this case, where entities is having only M1 and M3, so there is no question of linking the record. Only fetching the record will be their primary role.
So HMIS would be definitely M1, M2, M3. HMIS just can't be M1 and M3. It has to be all the three milestones.
So
Can you
in
tell a
case if any
specific
entities,
case where there is no M2 and it is just M1 and M3?
we have, but like it's not like specifically only M1 and M3. Right now they are coming only for M1 and M3, but in future they are planning for M2, not at the moment. Like such cases I have.
Can you again write this query to abdom.incentives and integration.support?
Yeah, sure.
Because I have not seen a scenario where we are directly jumping from M1 to M3.
Sure, sure. I'll write it to me.
Naresh, you have a question?
Yes, madam. I have one doubt. मैडम अभी पेशेंट ओपी में देख ओपी में ट्रीटमेंट हो जाता ना मैडम, फिर बाद में सेम पेशेंट इफ ही गोस टू एलएमएस आल्सो आफ्टर completing his blood test he got get into normal and then he was taken the medicine in EOCD also, then this all three will conclude as one episode.
Only one will be
Then,
considered.
yeah. Actually, my request is only one episode it will be considered.
Yes.
Hello? Yeah. I have one doubt. So I thought whether it was three episodes like that. Hello?
Yes, so only one will be considered in this case. One
Yeah.
transaction per hospital per day.
In same case, a patient can come 5 times. It will be considered 5 times if we
In a month,
if we
right?
go.
In a month,
Yeah, in a month.
only five will be considered.
Yeah. Okay, sir. Thank you.
We want to avoid the scenario, right, where the patient is coming on daily basis, right? It will be a burden on the hospitals. Maybe there could be a fraud that wherein a doctor asks them to come tomorrow, again tomorrow, right? So we want to, knock off those edge situations. That's also one of the reasons we have done the capping to 5.
Yeah. Okay, sir.
I hope my screen is visible.
Okay, it's visible now. So, everyone, this is the sheet, recipient list. What you need to do is you have to go to ABDM, DHIS. That's it. Over there, Samita, can you go back?
Huh.
So this is the DHIS page. Everyone can make a note of it. It has all the details like DHIS document. It's a policy document. There have been corrigendum to it. Then utilization guidelines are also there. The most important is recipient list. So directly we can click and see the view. Okay. So if we see over here, there's a page which will pop up and it will show all the facilities with how much amount has been disbursed or is under process. Okay. So it is a big page with lots of sub pages. To avoid the situation we have embedded an Excel on this. If you go on the top and on the left side there is a note. It says kindly click here. Right? Click on this click here button, and then an Excel sheet will be downloaded. This is the point wherein you can refer it any time to see the situation of the incentives. And normally this sheet gets updated like 2 or 3 days in a week. Can you open it? Okay. There are two ways to it. One is the main sheet which says consolidated claim status. Okay. This is the view of all the facilities. Maybe can some facility tell us their name so that we can search on this? Anyone they want to know the status of their claim?
Sir, Manevar Kashiram Combined Hospital, Kanpur Nagar.
Can you type it, please?
Hang
Okay, the name is so heavy, the sheet got hanged. We'll try to open it again.
Any institutes from Gujarat, sir?
Meanwhile, can you put the name of this facility in the chat window?
Sir, paste it.
दोबारा खोल ली
I haven't got
अभी आ गया ठीक है सब लोग ये करते हैं चैट में आ गए कुछ I think one.
Okay, let's take this one, GG and Nizamabad. It's Manevar Kanchiram Hospital. I think that's what he was saying.
Here, Manevar Kanchiram.
Okay. So you can filter and see. Can you see this sheet now, everyone?
No, sir.
It
It is
look
not.
right. Is it not visible?
We can't see the screen. No.
Just wait. Just wait.
Not visible.
Just wait. Yes. Can you see it now?
Yes, sir. It is visible.
Not visible, sir.
Okay. Can you see it now?
Yes, it's visible. Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
Can you
visible.
see the sequence, right? Month. Okay. So if you see the month, right? April has been paid. May, June, July, August, October, September, it's all paid. November and January is in progress, which means December we have not received it yet. Can you, it might be a case that you have done it and it got into an error. So the facility, this facility, they need to, check if their claim button is active for the month of December. If so, then they have to claim it again. Got it? This is the sheet which gives the view about the incentive.
Sir, the issue has been all in 2-3 more hospitals, which has been also discussed by Mohit sir. Sir, we are gradually checking it, but the claim button has not been popped up again.
So this is the way you can work out, right? So I think this sheet was updated 2 days back. Probably it will be updated tonight as well or tomorrow, right? So this is the first reference point for you. You can refer this just to showcase the status of claims at any point of time. Okay. And since from
Yes,
here
sir,
I can know that December we haven't received it, maybe you need to submit it and then it will flow to us and then it will take maybe around 15 to 20 days. Okay. Any other
Okay.
facility wants to see? GMERS General Hospital, Sanmitra?
राहत है क्या?
Gandhinagar.
GME
Hans नहीं. मैंने- no. GGM Nizamabad.
Maybe they have claimed Amit, but they have not been credited yet.
Then it should be in the process. Have you registered under DHIS? GGN Nizamabad?
Yes, sir. It will be government medical college. It will be showing like government medical college Nizamabad.
Do you know the HFR ID?
Ah, yes, sir. I know.
Okay. Tell us please.
IN 36.
Okay. IN 36.
IN 36 100 6554.
I know. Yes, we have this facility. See, it just says government medical college. See, your September, October, November, December is paid. January and February is under process. So it's all clean. Okay.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Now you should start utilizing this incentive. It's around 2.5 lakh or 3 lakh, which has been received by you. Okay. So make certain strategy how it can be used for the welfare of people and how to make ABD and ecosystem more stronger. Okay. That's it.
Any more questions from anyone? Chintan Patel?
Yeah, ma'am. I just want to know how many hospitals are.
Chintan, can you come again, please? Chintan, आप अपने आप को unmute कर लीजिए and then you can say your question.
Yeah, may I know how many hospitals are registered from Gujarat?
Gujarat. So you can check the ABDM dashboard. Chintan, you can check the ABDM dashboard. I'll just tell you how to.
Okay.
Is my screen visible to you?
Yeah, ma'am. So we had got our production key from last week only.
So you can go to incentive scheme.
Yeah, I'm just registering myself. I'm preparing all the documents which is required to upload.
Okay.
And
what do you want to
shortly
know
we will
actually from?
shortly we will start our ABDM because we have completed the M1, M2, and M3.
Okay, that's great. So you can see this incentive scheme tab, and you can download the Excels from here.
Yeah.
Total number of hospital registered, total number of labs registered. You can have.
But ma'am, there is.
You can have the information.
Yeah, but there is a what we can say location is not mentioned there. I don't know which hospital is located from where, which is you have shared the Excel sheet on the Excel sheet now. The location is not there. The hospital
You should filter on the I think state or
State.
right.
So you can put a filter over here.
There are 79 facilities which have been registered.
From Gujarat.
Yes. And in current month, in the month of March, 19 have been added or registered. One today itself, one facility has registered. If you can download, can you download and open the sheet?
And all are with all milestone M1, M2, and M3.
Yes.
Okay, fine.
Mr.
This is the
Chintan, your
state,
question is
Around
different.
that's the
and
creation date as
you
well.
will get the details from the state team. I'm sorry, I'm interrupting.
Yeah.
Yes. You may reach out to the state team and you will get the details.
Either state team or you can, refer the dashboard itself.
Your question that you have is whether these hospitals are M1, M2, M3 is probably different than what this sheet is.
Yeah,
You are from Dharampur, correct?
I'm from Dharampur.
Chandra. Yes, we are already in discussion, correct?
Yeah, we have just registered. Yeah.
Thanks.
So I just want to know how many hospital is already working with all milestone in the Gujarat.
You mean the digital solution companies?
No, or only hospitals. How many hospitals? Yeah, in panel with the M1, M2, and M3.
Okay, are you talking about the ones which may or just the list of hospitals which have ABDM compliant solution, but they may or may not have DHIS registered? Is that so?
Yeah.
So he wants non-registered also.
Can you go to the dashboard?
Then in that case, he'll have to maybe write to us.
Right. Or you can go to the adoption tab. Okay. And see, it has the list of the first one. It has the list of facilities.
Sorry, I'm just seeing your Excel only. I can't see your screen.
It's coming. It's coming.
Yeah. Fine. Now I can see your dashboard.
You'll have to write to us.
Then you need to write to the state to get the list of those facilities.
Okay, fine.
Sangamitra ma'am and Amit sir, if I may come in, Ritika this side.
Ritika.
Ma'am, this matter has already been taken up. Actually, they wanted facilities who are having M3 compliance, but at our end, if we see, M3 doesn't go with the facilities. It is the solution or the HMIs that they are using is M3 compliant. So I have already asked the concerned team to collate this data and we'll be sharing it shortly. I have received the mail also, the request mail from the state.
Okay.
Thanks, Ritika, for updating us.
Thanks, Ritika.
Thank you.
Any other question?
Okay, I think if there is no question, we can close this call, and we are looking forward for more and more registrations. And we are also from our end, we are trying to streamline the process so that we can have more and more claims disbursed. And considering it's a March end, so I would urge the facilities to claim any other pending amounts in the past. Okay, and you can reach out to us.
Just a small
Okay, go
query. I'm Joint Director IT from Gujarat. Are all 19 medical colleges and hospitals are registered with the DHIS for a long time, but we have not received any update on that. So if you can update whether the incentive has been credited or not.
Okay,
Because
I
in
mean
the
Excel
sheet we
sheet.
could not get the in Excel we could not find any hospital's name.
Which means, have you tried it with the HFR ID or the HFR name?
It's with the HFR ID. As per the details.
Can you write to, okay, can you write us an email? We'll see what can be done.
I mean,
Okay,
what are the details? Sure, we'll do that.
just write an email in this context and we'll look into it, that why it's happening.
Sure, we'll do that.
So thanks everyone. Thanks for your time. And for any issues, you can write us an email. Second is we have a bridge which is open from 2 to 4 p.m. On the working weekdays. You can reach out to us and we'll be happy to resolve those things. Okay. Thank you everyone. Great evening.
Thanks everyone for joining.
Thank you. Thank you so much.